so for who this would help, installing the Eco-Hitch here from TorkLift Eco-Hitch. All right, so a couple things that the manual does not note is that the bolt in there is a pain in the butt to get to, first and foremost. Okay, so I used a small, I just threw the bolt in there, and then I used a small little needle nose pliers to try and get that. Size 16, I was able to put that inside. Okay, and then from the outside, I was able to torque it to spec with my torque nut, with my torque wrench. All right, so here, so the manual does not tell you that, right? And so secure it here, because this is the second time I do this. All right, so secure it here. Okay, first remove. You guys will know how to take off your bumper. Okay, if you don't, there's gonna be videos out there that'll teach you how to take your bumper off. You know, take your tail rods off and just take your bumper off. But these are things that are not in the instructions. Okay, so after you put this on here and you fasten these bolts, that's when you're gonna put your bumper back on. All right, so the manual does not tell you in any moment to put this back on. So then you will have to loosen these after you fasten these. Okay, after you fasten those, you loosen these right here. All right, boom, boom. And that one I just left out, it's somewhere in there. All right, and then, you see that one right there? So then you will loosen that and we'll put our bumper back on. And something else that the manual says that is not the case is how much we have to cut off, right? So they said cut off 4.5 inches. So we cut 4.5 inches off, but it wasn't enough. So the hitch was still hitting it. And there are spacers that come with it. I'm not exactly sure when. It says that by 4.5. So all I did was, and I went all the way straight back. And then from this moment right here, where the bumper curves, I went another 2 inches. See? So I went another 2 inches in there, 2 inches deep. So in total, it is 6 inches that I went in. Okay. And what I found is cool. Oh, and by the way, this right here, we're just gonna discard it. So the manual says. I haven't tried installing the bumper with it, but I'm just gonna get rid of it. So yeah, so that's that. Hope that helps. And you won't run into the same issues I did. So there you go. All right, so this is what I mean. So after I installed the screws inside these, and by the way, it says that these should be torqued to 60 foot-pound by the manual, but I saw that the little washer inside here was starting to get deformed, so I just tighten it as much as possible, and whatever. And then these right here, supposed to be 22, but shoot, man, I can't get it that tight. It just keeps on turning, and I feel like I'm gonna strip it or break it, so I stopped. It feels pretty tight. I got at least 20 foot-pound in there. I don't know. All right, cool. So that's what I mean. After I put in these right here, okay, I had to remove these so I can put in this bumper support. So I did just that. And then the manual says that you don't need this. I'm gonna try to put on a bumper with it on, and then I'll let you know whether I need it or not. So I'm ready to go ahead and install the bumper. And as you can see, this was pretty cool. I like this little plastic thing that they send out. And I'm not gonna cut this, I'm just gonna leave it, you know, or just sit under the car. Because inside here, there's gonna be metal. And if I cut it, the metal's gonna start to corrode, so rust. So I'll just leave it like that.